And we're back, everyone, with another season of Dyson Sphere. Now, the reason we don't want to... The reason we're not continuing the previous season is because I lost my save game. That's all on me. No worries about that, though. As soon as we land there on that planet, we will begin our journey and carry on with this one. So as we're making our landing over here, I want to just start off by saying that the plan for this episode is to hopefully get through to blue signs. We're going to complete everything that we can as fast as possible and, well, start our factory off fresh. Welcome, Icarus. It's nice to see you. We're also not going to break down this little starting platform here. It's a nice memento, and in the previous season I accidentally paved right over it, so we've got to be careful about that as well. And while we dip our toes in the water here by the beach, let's quickly go through the plan. So we want to start off with our research, taking on electromagnetism. Afterwards, we're going to take the automatic metallurgy so that we can get smelters. Then we're going to take the logistics systems, and then after that, we are going to take the assemblers and then start with the blue cubes. You see, we're going right into it. Let's just quickly start off. Oh, we got nothing. Okay, so I'm going to gather a few things here and there. Just grab some stuff, some iron, some copper over there, and I believe there is a coal field just over the horizon here. I saw it. There we go. After we get some of that as well, then we're going to have some power, we're going to have some copper, we're going to have some iron, and everything is good. There is also a little bit of stone around the corner, so we can make use of that too. Let's quickly see how much we got. 26. Okay, that should be enough, I think. Anyways, I'm going to quickly grab up a few more resources, and I will be back when we are finishing up with our research items. Let's put that over there. Nice and out of the way. Alright. So as our research completes over here, I just want to point out something. Have you seen this guy? Like, have you noticed how big he is? You see, he's standing next to a tree. I was next to a tree this morning, and I was not as big as this guy. I was standing like at his kneecap. This guy is pretty big. So if he's this big, just imagine the size of all of the rest of the things that we end up building. I mean, the stuff that we end up building is quite huge, actually. I'm going to walk my way down here while I start building the rest of the research for the next research item, which is the smelters. So I'm just going to go grab some coal to fuel my mech, and then we're going to start with the next research. Mining away. Oh, we've got one of these. Okay. This is not very useful to build this one first, but I'm going to do it anyways, and let's just get some power there. Now we're going to have infinite power. Just grab some of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, I need 10, but it builds 2 each. Same with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you're a new player to this game and you have just started out as well, notice there in the top right there is a tutorial. It says new tutorial. There's a bunch of ones that arrive as you play through the game. It's a neat little handy guide that helps you throughout the game here. So there's a background, a Dyson Sphere, if you don't know what that is, some basics on commands and everything. I kind of like this quite a lot. It really does help you if you are struggling when you are starting up with the game. But I'm a little bit beyond just starting up. I've played a little bit as well, so I know more or less what's going on. So hopefully we won't need to use it. And there's our next research. Moving on. We're back here at our shameful little iron pile. I mean, it's barely even a pile. How much even is that? 16,000. Okay, 17,000. Nice. That's going to get us hopefully far enough. We just need to build up 2 more of these gears, and we'll be done with the next bit of research. And there it is. Right, so now the last research to do that we're going to get done with is the assembly, and then we're going to start with our matrix cubes. Copper, iron, copper, iron, tree. Yay. And there we go, there's our assemblers. We're doing good. Now what I want to do is, since the research is for the most part done, I want to build up a few of these mining machines. Just 2 of them will do for now, and then get 3 arc smelters for right now. That needs stone, and we've got a bit of stone over here. Let's actually just grab this stone. Ooh, titanium. Rock. Power. Big iron. Okay, now that we are back here at base and I've made a few things, let's put what is that? That's new. I've never seen this 6 times whatever that is, 180 per minute. Is it counting? Oh, it's counting each node. Oh, that's very nice to see. It's not really relevant, but it's pretty nice to see. Well, in any case, we are going to build up our little... You can go away now. We're going to build up our little factory here to help automate a few things. So I've made also a few wind turbines just to be able to power our smelters and miners here. There we go. So just putting those on, getting this one powered, and I think I'm going to use this little area off to the left right now to just add some additional power pylons. Well, we only got 3 and that's all we can use. That's all right. So we've got that set down. Now what I want to do is let's build out our smelters. So if this is going to be on that side, let's just do it like that. Sure, why not? And then do this like that. Sure. We'll probably change it off in a very, very short little time, but while we have a chat, may as well make it nice and easy. So now we're just going to add the sorters to this, and we're just going to set the recipe. That one can be there. This one can be magnetic. What are these? Magnets, just magnets. And that one can then be just stock standard little old plates, which they call ingots, but it's really plates. Trust me. Now we have the makings of the startings of the idea of a possible factory. You see what I mean about the tree? Look there, I would stand there by his kneecap. How tall is this thing? And this is just one of the basic things. It's a Tesla tower. It's twice as tall as Icarus. I'm going to call look how tall it is next to a tree. This is going to be a tree power tower from now on. Yes. So with these machines now running, these smelters, what's pretty cool that you can do is if you hold down control and you just click on the smelter, or any machine for that matter, you'll get all the resources that is currently in there. You see now we got 55 that's been made, 59, 60. We can just hold hold control and click on it. And then we get all of the items that are in there. So this will make building the rest of the little construction things a little bit easier. Yeah, I'm going to make all 6 of those. So I just quickly added in an extra arc smelter here because I know we're going to need a whole lot of iron plates, more so than copper, and also these little magnet things. So I've added one in, and I noticed that we are running a little bit low on power. So I've just quickly made myself up some, let's get them, some more wind turbines. So the whole idea of a Dyson sphere is that you're supposed to build a giant, great big metal ball around the giant, great big fiery ball. And in doing so, you generate a large amount of energy. But that's like very much end game. And we have still got a lot of work to do to get there. So I'm just clearing out this area over here because I saw that this is probably going to be enough space to start our little mini factory, our beginner factory. Very, very small, with just enough to start the game with. And what do I mean by just enough items? Well, basically this, excluding the smelter and the box. Power. Before we get too far carried away though, I am going to just make sure that I can have this whole situation here. That I can have this all being put away in a box. Now we didn't go through the box just yet, but that is okay. There's going to be plenty of boxes everywhere. So I'm just going to put a little box there. Let's make it save up that many. So this game has gone through a few updates since I last played it, and this is going to be pretty cool actually, because I haven't gone through a lot of these new features in the game. One such feature is this achievements. You'll notice that there is 100 achievements to get. So we're not going to beat ourselves over if we don't get any and or all of them. But we'll give it a good try. I mean, there's a couple of easy ones here that's quite simple to get through. Like, look at this one. Don't underestimate plant fuel. Consume 100 plant fuel by burning it. That means to put it in yourself. Put it in your pocket. Then there's 40 wood as well. We will be doing that as well right now. We're actually going to be doing both of these right now. So if we go here to our little inventory, we've got 100 plant fuel right here that we can just put in our pocket and enjoy it. And let's see, we have also got 40 wood that we can take away and just put that in our pocket too. More power! Yay! Just grab that while we at it. Rock. And back at our little base over here, we're going to start building out the first little bit of our factories. These 5 items are your basic items to start building your factory to take it further and further from this point on. Yeah. So let's figure out what we need. So the next thing that I tend to do is I'll just click through all of these and see what are all of the unique items that I need. So these two here, I've grouped them together on purpose. They only take effectively just iron and these magnetic coils. And then also the gears, but the gears just take iron as well, so that's all right. These ones though, this just takes iron, but this one has a circuit board, so this is going to be a little bit more tricky to build. Not really tricky, because circuit boards are just iron and copper. I mean, green circuits are extremely easy to build, but it's a different item from the rest of these. And also these are basically grouped together as power, and these are grouped together now as factory starting kits. So let's get building. We now know that we need the iron ingots and the magnetic coils, and there it is over there as well. So I'm going to quickly figure out a good place to put this down. Let me actually just take... Do I have access to blueprints? I don't. Okay. So I've just moved my assemblers down here a little bit to give me some space. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out the bolts that I'm going to be using, so I know where to start with this. I'm just going to put them down all the way there. Let's actually start it from this little green solid line all the way to the other green solid line. We are going to need 3 beginning bolts like this. So coming up here, we're just going to put that one on that little dot and that one on that little dot, and then we're going to build another one here, which is going to be making our magnet coils. And then this one needs these gears. Okay. So now I've got these. Now basically this is all that needs to be done for these ones. So I'm just going to go ahead and plant the bolts down, and we will see how that turns out. And there we go. So this is a pretty straightforward build. I'm going to do the sorter inserters here with you guys. So I'm going to just take the copper, put it onto that bolt, and then take this copper and put it right back into the assembling machine. And then I'm going to take these magnets all the way from the last bolt and introduce them into the magnetic coils. Then I'm just going to put them out of there onto this little middle bolt so that they can be used by both of these assemblers, because both of them need the magnetic coils. Now on this side, I'm going to be grabbing here the iron that's going to come into here and get used to make a gear. The gears are going to be fed into the turbines. As you can see, it needs both of these. And now I can just, on this side, I prefer to do it on this side just because it keeps it symmetric. So both of these need iron ingots, just like that, and they now have them. And that's this basic build done. The only difference, or the only thing remaining, is to put some boxes down. There we go. We're going to put those boxes. For this one, we only want, let's make it 3, that's fine. This one, we probably also only want 3. And that's the first little bit of the factory done. I can put the power down right now, but you see it makes this horrible red little symbol. A little trick to get around that though is if you go into your options menu and you go to gameplay, you can turn off the no power supply and grid, and then just accept that. Then it won't bother you with those massive red things, red warnings. Okay, so then these two are done. Now it's just for these three to get done. So I think what I'm going to do is put the gears down here, put the circuits in the middle, and I might as well just make another gear plant right there. So I'm going to just do that, take that and copy it over. This one is going to become circuits, and then everything will just work out good and dandy. So let's grab these. Let's see. So this is iron. Now you can see why I put iron so close, because it is used quite a lot. And then the next one obviously is copper. Iron is there again. This is going to go into that assembly machine, and then we need iron into there, and the gears go into that assembly. And then one little fancy thing we're going to have to do is just join this one across. I see we have low energy. That's alright. We don't need energy. We're going to take in the copper from this side, the iron from that side, the iron from here, and we're going to then output this one to the left bit belt here, so that we can consume it in there, and we can consume it in there, and we don't need that little edge belt. And then that should make this whole build complete, excepting for these. And this one we're going to want at least 2 of. This one we're going to want 3 of. That's fine. And then this one we want the whole bolt of. So we want a lot of bolts because we're going to be building a big factory just now, or very soon. You can get rid of that. We need a lot of sorters because of course you need sorters with every build. And this is it. This is our build. That's all done now. Let's grab some power. Just make sure everything is good and juiced up. Gonna put that one over there. Alright, let's bring in the materials now. Okay, so now that we have completed our little mini factory, I'm just going to go over these, what are they? These circuits, and just click it so that we can complete our research to finish off, which one is this? To finish off the electromagnetic matrix, the blue cubes, the starting of everything actually. And so I just accidentally added on an extra little bit to our base. I have added the mining machines because I realized we're going to need a lot of those as well. So that should be that, excepting for the unfortunate lack of iron. Now the reason why we have so little iron is because if you see here, we are not really providing enough. We're not extracting it fast enough for these 6 machines these 6 smelters to make use of them. So I want to just, I suppose, manually for right now. Let's see if we can. And we can make 2. Fantastic. So by adding this one here, we have effectively doubled our mining ability. And unfortunately, I think we're going to have to call it for today. We didn't finish off building the blue cubes factory that we wanted to get to, but that is alright. There's always tomorrow. That looks like a thumbs up. And remember, if you enjoyed, then stick around for episode 2.